Good morning, everyone. Hello, and welcome to the TBEST 5.0 virtual training. And on behalf of the Florida Department of Transportation Public Transit Office, we welcome you to it. My name is Rodney Bunner, and I will be your moderator and guide today and tomorrow, where FDOT will be providing you with hands-on experience using TBEST 5.0. With me today is Sam Bunner. He will also be assisting you and mainly in technical support role for whenever you're performing the exercises locally on your machines. So FDOT is hosting this workshop to support Florida transit agencies in utilizing TBEST 5.0, which was recently released within the last few months for local strategic and service planning applications, including transit development plans, operations analysis, and many other transit planning workflows. We do have many participants from outside of Florida as well, and internationally. So we're excited to have a wider audience and extend the TBEST to all those who are interested in using it. So this will be an interactive webinar workshop. We'll endeavor to use all the tools that we have to interact with you as much as we can while still maintaining our schedule and trying to keep everything on track. Also be advised that we are recording, so we will be recording questions. Everything will be transcribed, and later on, after the workshops close, we will be posting all these to YouTube for videos that you can watch later. All right, with that, let's get started. And so let's just talk a little bit about the workshop purpose and some introductions. So just broadly in terms of purpose for the workshop, we want to introduce you to the TBEST 5.0 features and some of the deployment requirements for it. We want to provide guidance on utilizing TBEST for transit development plans or TDPs, and then the range of other planning applications, comprehensive operational analysis, grant applications, accessibility applications, many other things that you can use TBEST for your regular transit planning workflows. We also want to provide an understanding of TBEST data requirements and procedures to perform ridership estimation model validation. So that will be a lot of this morning is really kind of going over the model validation process and into this afternoon. And four, we want to demonstrate TBEST tools that are designed for transit planning applications, including network editing, GTFS integration, ridership forecasting, and performance reporting. All of those tools are integrated together in TBEST, and hopefully you will have a very firm understanding of all those tools once you finish the course tomorrow. And five, we want to demonstrate TBEST features designed for common agency analytical tasks, including equity analysis, jurisdictional analysis, land use assessment, mobility on demand evaluation, and transit network accessibility. So all of those tools, again, are wrapped up inside of TBEST through workflow support tools, maps, charts, reports. All of those, we'll be actually discussing throughout the workshop. Okay, so just in terms of introductions, Tara Bracken, she is the FDOT TBEST project manager. So she is not with us today, but she may pop in at different times. So hopefully we'll get to say hello to her at some point during the two-day workshop. Again, my name is Rodney Bunner. I am the TBEST Solutions Manager with Service Ed Solutions. Samuel Bunner is also with me. He's the TBEST Technical Support. And what we want to do is just do a quick poll and send that out to everyone and get a little bit of information from you as well. So let me just throw that poll out, and you all should be seeing it. So just give us whatever information you can about your interest around TBEST and some of the things you might hope to get out of the workshop. Okay, great. A lot of people interested in ridership estimation, service planning, operations analysis, many new users. Okay, great. That's fantastic to know. That helps us along too, so we know how to focus the training and our approach to the training. So appreciate you filling that in and what you're interested in. All right. All right, so everyone chimed in. That's great. So we have um, a lot of service planning interest, ridership estimation, mobility on demand evaluation. So our highest by far is ridership estimation. So let's see, I'm going to end the poll. And let's see. All right. Okay. All right, fantastic. Thank you all for participating, and that really helps us get started here. So let's close that down. All right, so let's just talk a little bit about the approach today. We're going to be doing sections that have a sequence of interactive lectures and then exercises. So the lectures will provide slides, the background information on TBEST modules, and then during the exercise, you will perform the exercises on your own to gain practical knowledge using TBEST. Now, we had sent out the exercises yet, I guess it was yesterday morning for you all to print. So one of the kind of limitations with this is that you might be working on just one screen. So we've kind of set it up so that you're going to be able to look at the exercises in terms of the step exercises. If you printed them out, you won't need a screen for that. So that was kind of the purpose of sending those out ahead of time. Um, so some of the exercises contain questions for participants to answer. The answer key for each exercise is located at the end of the section. And there's also a notes page at the end of the section as well. So what we'll try to do is tie the sections and link the TBEST data into real world TDP development or other transit planning applications. So we'll try to, obviously there's a lot of features in TBEST, and we want to try to link those to specific workflows that you might find either as requirements within the Florida TDP or other transit planning workflows. Okay. All right, just in terms of the webinar features, so we have the main room that we're in right now. So we have a Q&A feature to ask questions. So at any time you can ask a question. We will only be responding at the end of the lectures, or if we need to at the end of the exercises as well. So just go ahead and queue up your questions as they come up, and then at the end of each section we'll answer them as time permits. So the chat and voice are disabled by default. If we need to enable them, we will. But generally, everything should be, through the Q&A. For the main room, I will be going through the exercises and narrate them, so more or less like a demonstration. But you can also go into the breakout room, the exercise breakout room, where you can perform the exercises independently without the instructor or me narrating. Now, in that room, Sam will be in the breakout room, and he'll be able to answer questions and provide technical support relative to the exercises. So as you're going along inside the breakout room, the TBEST exercises breakout room, then you can walk through the exercise. We'll give you a time that we have to do the exercise. You go in there and just walk through it without narration and then independently do it. And if you have questions, you can chat inside of the breakout room. You can raise your hand there, and Sam can unmute you and you can talk to Sam. So inside the breakout room, you'll have that kind of support. Inside the main room, I will be going through just the exercises, and then at the end, we'll have questions answered as we need to. So that's kind of the setup where you're able to either, work along with me as I'm narrating, or you can go into the breakout room and work independently and then ask questions of Sam. Hopefully that makes sense and everyone can, choose what they want. They get the most out of the out of the training. Okay, just in terms of logistics, we're going to go from 8:30 to 4:30 today and tomorrow. And then the morning and afternoon breaks will be about 15 minutes, and lunch will be 1 hour. So, and then after the workshop, we will send out an email with a course evaluation and survey. So if you would please complete that, we'd really appreciate it, and FDOT would get some great feedback. Okay, so I don't see any questions in the Q&A, and so we can get started. So let's talk about the agenda. So today, what we hope to accomplish is an overview of the components and basic tool sets within TBEST. So that'll be a lot of the morning, including going over, just getting started with TBEST 5, the transit system overview, navigation and downloads, the UI components or user interface components, and then transit service evaluation. So some basic transit service reporting. And then our next section will be base year scenario development and model validation, where we will configure the base year of our TBEST model. We'll talk about model characteristics and then transit system validation. And then number 4 is network editing. We will go through our TBEST GTFS tools. We'll create a TBEST application scenario and create a route, do some route alignment editing, stop editing, and route service editing. So that'll round out today, and hopefully we get to that point where we have a fully validated transit system with some alternative scenarios that we'll be editing. Okay, and then tomorrow we're going to talk about a lot of reporting and analysis. So our section 5 will be reporting for service and strategic planning, where we're comparing scenarios, doing some interactive performance reporting, and doing a TBEST TDP report. 6, we'll talk about mobility areas. 7 are evaluating transit markets, both socioeconomic and land use for Title 6 and operations analysis and accessibility. And 8, we'll talk about the TBEST query tool. 9, bus stop balancing. And then 10, some additional TBEST tools, including the TBEST tools GitHub repository. Talk about parcel scenarios, mobility on demand analysis, and accessibility workflow support tools. So a broad range of topics, both kind of data development today, kind of building our systems, our transit systems, incorporating our data. And then tomorrow we're going to be doing mainly analysis and reporting using that same data.